please take this moment to silence your phones once again. And please keep your masks on the entire time. And just please enjoy the show. So please welcome Migiwa Miyajima.
Hi, everyone. How are you? Good? Good? Great, great, great. You came from Japan? Wow, amazing. Thank you so much for coming. So I am very, very happy to have you for this super rare collaboration that between a famous book author from Japan, Ken Hoda, and I will play my music together with these amazing people here. This is a 10-piece band. I call it New York band, New York Orchestra. So I want to play for you the first piece. This is I call it as If I Could See Thad. So Thad is a name of there's a giant of jazz whose name is Thad Jones, and I have worked for this orchestra called Vanguard Jazz Orchestra. That's Thad Jones and Mel Lewis started this orchestra, and then it's turned to be later they changed the name and it's called Vanguard Jazz Orchestra. And Jason and I met through the work for that band. And Thad is you can see the whole story in the program, but I really wanted to see him. But when I started working for that band, he already passed away. So then everyone in the band told me if Thad were still alive, and he would have loved you. So after I heard so many times, I ended up writing this piece. So this piece is called If I Could See Thad. One, two, and. So thank you so much. So what's Sam Dillon on tenor saxophone? Woo woo! And Pete McCann on guitar. Woo woo! And Tim Horner on the drums. All right, so let's welcome this amazing person, Ken Honda. Woo! Hi, Ken-san. The microphone is on. I can move it up.
Good evening, everybody, or good afternoon.
How do you feel here? How do you? I should be on the microphone. How do you feel about this?
I'm too excited. My hair is going to stand, especially after
Going up?
listening to your
Yeah,
music.
yeah.
My hair is too excited, so I was trying to calm
Trying to put
my hair
everything
down.
Cool. Yeah. So you are. This will be the very first event in New York for you, right?
Yes.
Wow. How about we should do this?
Thank you.
Yeah. So, do you like New York so far?
I flew from Stockholm, and to me,
Right.
everybody speaks twice as fast, and they move so fast. So I feel like I'm
Right.
a slow person.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So before we start everything, I want to have you enjoy something special. So he has his book here, Happy Money.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I will actually have him read the preface. Oh, you have it. Great. So, yeah, I will have him read the very, very beginning of this book, and I will actually accompany him. So while he's reading, so I thought I will totally improvise. So this is just one and only performance. I don't know how he poses or how fast he will be or how slow he will be. So we'll be all improvised. So let's do this.
I'm going to read about a page and a half of my preface. And while I read, she's going to play the music. This is so exciting.
Yeah.
A few years ago, I had a unique experience that became the inspiration for the concept and the title of this book. A woman whom I had just met at the party asked if she could take a look at my wallet. As shocking as this question might be to some, it isn't particularly uncommon in Japanese culture to ask to see the contents of someone's wallet. And since there were many other people in the room, I wasn't afraid she would run away with my identity or my money. So with little hesitation, I handed her my leather wallet. I was a little startled, however, when she immediately went for the cash and began taking out all the large bills. This one's okay. This one's good. This one's good too. She said quietly to herself as she assessed each bill. For a moment, I thought she was searching for something in particular. Perhaps there are special symbols or markings on the bills. But I soon realized she wasn't looking for anything of the sort. Then she shocked me again and began sorting all the bills in a way I had never seen before. "Good job. All of your money looks good," she said, as she put the newly organized money back into the wallet and handed it back to me. "That's great news," I said, confused, yet somewhat relieved to have passed her test. "But if you don't mind me asking, what were you looking for?" "Oh, I was checking to see whether or not your money was smiling." She went on to explain that money can laugh or cry depending on how it was given or received. If it is given out of guilt, anger, or sadness, the money will be crying. In contrast, if the money is given out of love, gratitude, or happiness, the money will be smiling, even laughing, because it will be imbued with the positive energy from the giver. Is your money smiling? Thank you. That was beautiful.
So glad it went well. Was totally improvising. So yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So the first theme we want to talk about. I want you to talk about the money thing. So I was asked this question by a lot of actually attendants.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone asked me like how Quinsin basically think about the money.
Mm-hmm.
What is money?
Mm.
Yeah, it's a big question, but what is money? Yeah.
Yeah, so
Change it a little bit. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Should it be closer?
Closer.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Well, I forgot what I was going to say, but no, just kidding.
What is money? Yes.
Yeah. So money can mean so many things to so many people. My favorite question is, if money was a person, who would it be? Would it be a generous, happy, kind person to you? When you were a child, money was there to help you as an angel? Or money was an abusive, cold, terrible, scary person? It's so different. I've done this with thousands of people, and I have never heard the same answer because it's so different. For some people, money is an angel. For others, money can be a scary
Right.
devil.
Yeah.
So it's up to you, actually.
Up to you, meaning?
Meaning you can decide what. If money becomes an angel for you, in your mind, money will be generous for you. If money is scary thing, and then you think that way, somehow money scares you a lot. So that means you have to worry a lot all the time.
It's this thing, I read a lot about your mentor, Wahei-san.
Yes.
So Wahei-san told you like how he sees it. I mean, so he passed away already, so he saw money.
Right.
Yeah.
So Wahei was, he used to be called Warren Buffett of Japan. He was multi-millionaire, billionaires, and he once was a shareholder of more than 100 public companies. That means, Japan is a wealthy country, so that means a lot of money.
Yes.
So one time I had this opportunity to be in the line to ask him a question. So what would you ask if you're able to ask Warren Buffett a question?
Right.
Right? So I asked him, how can I be wealthy?
Oh.
And I was kind of wanted to get some kind of tips.
Right.
And he smiled and said, "Arigato your money."
Arigato your money.
Yes. And then, whoa. I thought I misunderstood. And then I asked him, what does it mean? And then the next person pushed me away.
Oh. So you could only heard arigato money.
So arigato, your money, tormented me for months. But I was lucky enough to be invited again to his office. So this time I had about 20 other people. So I had enough time to ask him about what appreciating your money is all about. And I became a good friend and a good student with him. So I had this opportunity to visit him in person. And so he taught me about money for 4 hours, person to person.
Wow.
And I gave him an nice orchid flower the next day to thank him. Because how much do you have to pay if you get 4 hours of Warren Buffett time alone?
Right. Yeah.
Right? Of course, he doesn't charge me,
Of course,
but
yeah.
I was happy to do something to show my appreciation to him. And 2 days later, I got a small package from Nagoya, where his office is. And then when I opened it, what do you think it's inside? What was inside is gold coins from Wahei, saying, thank you for your time.
What?
Wait a minute. Is that my time or your time?
Right. Yeah.
And Japan is a safe country. So in a postage,
That's right.
it says gold coin inside.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow, that's a good sign at the
So
Japan
I was
is
so
safe.
surprised and asked.
Right.
The next time, I had an opportunity to ask him, what if somebody loses?
Right.
And he said, I'm going to send it again
Wow.
because I have so many coins. So that was his attitude. So he was so happy to give lots of coins in his pockets. Whenever he sees a beautiful smile, he says, you have the best smile. So keep smiling. I want to congratulate you with a gold medal. So he used to do that a lot. And so he always congratulated people.
It's like he's given award to other people.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow, that's amazing. One more thing I want to ask is, like, you sometimes say that the money is energy. Like, how do you explain about that?
So after, over the years, Wahei taught me to see things differently, which means see things in a way that other people don't see. He said the most important things that in life are invisible. By the way, I'm writing on the book called Invisible Assets. In the book series I'm writing, but about what he taught me. But he said invisible assets are love, trust, friendship, generosity, kindness, open heart. Those things you cannot see. So even though you cannot see beautiful things in your life, do you think it doesn't exist? All of us, like how many of you think love exists in the world? Love. Great. I'm glad you raised your hand.
Of course. I want to raise everything.
And how many of you think there's generosity in the world? Generosity.
Of course.
Of course, right?
Of course.
But those things are not really visible. So especially in big cities in New York, when you see or hear terrible news and bad things happen, we kind of start doubting, like, is there any generosity? But in fact, 99.99% of the people are generous and kind. And so Wahei said generosity and love and care, those things are not counted as assets as of today. But it's going to be most valued in 20 years. So instead of building net asset like stocks and bonds and real estate, you have to start building your sincerity and also the love energy in your life. So that's why he started to teach me about to see the energy flowing in your life. So right now, I can feel in this room there's this beautiful creative energy flowing.
Right.
It's like a
Yeah.
swinging. How many of you?
Swinging.
How many of you feel that energy? Just,
Swinging
right?
feel? That's
Yeah,
great. You guys have to feel it.
No. They are starting it.
Starting, right?
They started it. We feel, And then in this small
Yeah. Yes.
environment and
Yes.
safe environment, we're feeling one another, and that's what's happening.
Yeah.
So what he said, that is the most important asset. So he taught me how to build one in my community, on an online community, and this is also another example of what he wanted to experience.
Right.
So
yeah.
once you start seeing energy, and especially money energy, probably you see things differently. When you receive money next time, just think of people who trusted you and give you the money, and they took the money out of your pocket or out of bank account, and then wired to you out of trust. So if you're a coach or a business person or whatever you do, they trusted you. They chose you as your coach or employee or whatever the work you do. So if you can see things clearly, you receive money as energy. So, I'm just curious, out of curiosity, I'm sure you have experienced like the money you didn't want to receive, but I received it anyway because you need to pay the rent, you need to bring food on the table. So it was not really right to get the money, but I had to do it. I had to do the work I don't like, but I had to get the money anyway. How many of you felt the money you receive is dirty or like bad energy? How many of you have received the money?
I did some bad gigs, yes.
Yes, that is unhappy money.
Yeah.
So when you receive unhappy money, you feel it.
Yes.
Like alimony from ugly divorce, that's unhappy money.
Divorce. Agree divorce.
Because the other person felt like their heart gets ripped off.
Right, yeah.
And
yeah.
then the money is in your account.
Yeah, right.
So that is unhappy money. Whereas happy money is when you receive it, it gives you a warm feeling, like a grandparent sending you a happy birthday card and then in it like a $10 bill and say buy whatever you want, and you smile because grandpa, you cannot buy whatever you want with $10, especially in New York.
Yeah, but it's happy money, so you feel it. Yeah.
But you feel that.
Yeah.
So that is happy money.
Yeah.
So if you can start increasing the flow of happy money more and more, you feel blessed with your clients, with the work. So all your beautiful music it gets transformed into happy money, and then your happy money flows out. So when you know that happy money is in you, like energy, beautiful energy, your life will be transformed. That's what he taught me.
I see. So we will talk about this like money and healing and energy kind of things in this next section.
Right.
So before that, I'm going to play the next piece.
Yes, and before that, let me just say, money can kill your dream, and money can achieve your dreams.
Whoa, deep. Yeah. Thank you, Quinsin. Yeah.
I'm back to my seat. Let's enjoy the music.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Quinsin. Yeah, I'm sure he said about the dream because the next piece is related to the word dream. So again, you have everything in the program so you can read it later. But this piece says, I wrote this piece, I'm gonna put this down too. I'm gonna move this microphone. So I wrote this piece based on this real story of this young gentleman. He experienced a very big earthquake we had in Japan 11 years ago. So he lost his grandparents. And more than that his mom got really, really depressed. So he was 17 at the moment, but he really wanted to walk through with her mom, his mom. So, and I met him 9 years after the earthquake. So he told me a lot of things about how he felt at the moment after that, how his feeling changed. I was so amazed by his story, and I wrote this piece. And the great thing about the interview that I did with him was like he shared with me a lot of dreams. So I named this piece as Let Me Talk About My Dream. And I selected with my colleague, friend, musician friends, and the people I respect, Alejandro Aviles here, and also Pete McCann on guitar will be featured all the way, and I think you will just feel like what I wanted to say in this piece. So this is called "Let Me Talk About My Dream." Alejandro Aviles. Alejandro Aviles. Is that on? Okay. I'm going to say it clearly again. Alejandro Aviles. Pete McCann on guitar. Thank you so much. So I will tell that the gentleman's name is Kazemaru. Every time we play it, I just text him to Japan and hey, Kazemaru, we played that piece. I will tell him. I will tell him tomorrow. Okay, so let's have Quinsin back here. All right. So Quinsin, this will be my favorite part about the money healing and about the when I read your book and I read that part, like you were saying that your relationship with money could be really, really affected by how your family is facing to dealing with money. So it's really comes from your family usually.
Yes.
Yeah. Can we hear about that?
Right. So when you were growing up, I don't know if you had both of your parents, or it could be brought up in a single father or mother household. But do you remember your mom or dad used to say something, money, they don't grow on trees, or like, do you think I'm made of money? How many of you remember those phrases in the past?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Are they happy ones? Probably not. And by the way, I have a collection of all the fun phrases from Estonia, Finland. My favorite one comes from Japan.
Oh yeah.
If you don't have money, you don't have a head.
Head?
So head. That means that when you grow up, if you don't have money, you lose your head. Oh. How scary is that? So, Mom, I don't want to be a headless person when I grow up. So, we have been educated from very early about money. And unfortunately, 99% of it is scary and also very negative. So, how many of you have been scolded about money? Probably like 90% of us. And how many of your parents said, wow, you spent your money so well, I'm impressed?
Oh my God.
I think my mother used to say that as a sarcasm, right? Oh, you did it so well, you wasted money so beautifully, right?
Right.
So because of those upbringing, when we make a decision, even though now, when you want to buy a car, do you want to buy a car, just click? You don't do that, right? You want to do some research, which one's cheaper, which is more expensive. And then I hope I'm not making any mistake, right? Because your husband, your wife, or girlfriend, boyfriend may yell at you or laugh at you. So you don't want to make any mistakes. So money can bring us so many shame, also guilt, and super adrenaline type of energy. Mm-hmm. So those things come from our teachings from our parents. So we have to be really careful what they taught us about.
Right. Yeah. It's like you use this word like money wants or something.
Mm-hmm.
Money
wants.
wants.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the same thing?
Right. So when you were small, you wanted to do something so badly. Like for me, I wanted to have a mountain bike when I was 7 years old. They were just about to release very cool mountain bikes, and we used to live in the on the hill of Kobe, where it's perfect for mountain bikes. So as a 7-year-old, I felt like I've grown up enough, so I deserve a good mountain bike. But my parents said, that's too expensive for you. How many of your parents said, that's expensive for you?
Of course.
Right?
Of course.
And they meant like I should be like 10 or 11 when I get the present, because you could injure yourself. And they're right. I got my, there are many scars in my head because I'm not Yakuza, but I were into so many accidents. I was a very active boy. So they're so right, because I cut myself right here with a bicycle accident when I was 8.
Wow.
So they were they were right about not giving me a mountain bike. But I was so hurt because I was not expensive enough
I see.
for my parents, right? I was a cheap boy.
I see.
So
you took it that way.
So, it was such an insult because they gave me a bicycle with training wheels. Like those training wheels were so insulting to my 7-year-old ego, right? but anyway, there are like summer camps or ballet lessons or, piano lessons that you've been denied because of money. How many of you can remember, like, you were denied of something that you wanted so badly when you were childhood, right? So in your childhood, you're hurt. So, and the scars are still in you.
It's like, I think that the most of us felt that when they were young, when we were young. And is there any way that we can still change it? Like,
yeah. So, when you think back on your parents now, there could be much younger than you are now. They're in their early 20s or early 30s, so they knew nothing about life and money and work. So they were as scared as you are now, or maybe more, because they didn't know much about life. So, from your eyes, they're almost like kids and having another kid, which is you. So if your parents were in their early 20s or late 20s, of course they didn't have money. So it's not really their fault. If they had plenty of money, they're probably, they said, okay, I'm going to buy you whatever you want because I love you so much. And also at the same time, they couldn't face the guilt and shame that they couldn't provide the money for the love, for a loving child. So instead of feeling the hurt and shame and guilt themselves, they blamed it on us. So they could have said, I'm so sorry, I don't know much about money and work, so that's why I cannot give you, that's why I cannot buy you. As your father, I'm so shameful, I feel so guilty, I'm sorry, please forgive me. How many of you had the parents like that? Probably not. No. They're yelling at you, mountain bike? No way. Right? So, can you forgive your young parents that didn't know so much about life? So I think that at least understanding what happened in your past is the first step.
Right.
And let's see, after that, you may want to go ahead and want to forgive them. So that way you could turn your life around, and now you can do whatever you want if money is your friend.
Right. I was going to ask you how we switch that, like it's really set in my mind. So how to switch it to it, but we will have a guided meditation later,
Yes,
right?
a little later we'll do that. So after great jazz music and my healing session, you'll be a free person.
Yeah, so I will actually play one more piece for you before we take a break. And then at the second set, we will have a little moment that he will do. He will ask you, is it like, are you asking questions or something?
Yeah, or I can go deeper with a healing session or like Q&A session too.
I see.
Right.
Cool, yeah,
Yeah,
great.
so this great music helps you open up your heart and feel your feelings. Sometimes you may remember things that you forgot for so many years. So this is really a great opportunity for us to go deeper into the feeling.
That's
so
great.
Thank you, great musicians.
Yay! Yay! So Ken-san, so before I have you leave, so I want to explain about the next piece, but I think I want you to hear this too, because the next piece is, I call it as Golden Miracles.
Wow.
Yeah, and I named this piece. When I started writing, it was last year. I was invited to the Lincoln Center to do my work as I was representing the Asian artist. So it was one person from East Asia and one person from West Asia. So I was one of those. And then I could write a new music. And I thought that first I thought about all the Asian immigrants who came to this country from Asia to here, far. So far, right? It's very, very far. So I thought about so they came here all the way just to try to pursue their dreams and blah, blah, blah. And then thought about, wait a minute. Then I came up with the title Golden Miracles. Because we are always, like, that word yellow is used towards us. But I felt like we are golden instead of just yellow. But then I felt like everyone is golden miracles. So now I'm feeling like when I play this, I'm dedicating to everyone who is pursuing a dream and something new. And I think it's great that they all came here to see you in person.
Yeah,
as
thank
well.
you.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
Yeah. Great. Yo, Ken-san is having the world tour right now, so yeah.
Right. Yes.
He's gonna go to LA after this, Australia after this, then come back to
Yeah.
Japan.
And my dream is to bring Migiwa band to Japan. How's that?
Yay! You're gonna come to Japan.
Yeah, so hope this is becoming a great movement from here.
Yeah, I hope so. So thank you, Ken-san. So
Thank
we will
you.
play the last piece, the Golden Miracles. Thank
Before
you so
the
much.
break, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, before the break, I will just quickly introduce this amazing band. I will be in the shade so that you can see the band members' faces. Oh, this is not the... I wrote the wrong thing. So, okay, from you're closer to you. Pete McCann on guitar. Brandon Lee on trumpet. Dan Urness. Alejandro Aviles. Sam Dillon. John Rowley. Jason Jackson here. So then Evan Gregor on bass. Team owner on drums. Thank you so much. We will take a break. Thank you.
So we'll take 15-minute break. If you want to purchase the books and CDs, only 10 copies are available, so I wouldn't wait till the end. I'm sorry? Only 3 left. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now is the time. 15-minute break. Thank you.
So we are going to start again, and then the second set, so we will play one piece from one composition for you first. So the next piece is, I need to ask you a favor. I want you to read the program, because every time I explain about this project, I cry. And if I cry, I can't read my music, and I will mess up my conducting and everything, and then I will be blamed by members so much after this. So I can't do this all of those. So, but what I wanted to say is, like, I shared a little bit about the earthquake experience. I was there. It happened in 2011. I was still there, and after that, I got the scholarship from Japanese government to pursue my dream as a jazz composer, and I was sent to New York. That's how I started my New York life. So, but it was great that I got the money from the government, but it was just a year after the earthquake. So that I was seeing the news on television and the radios and everything. So people are so arguing about how they needed to use the money. And I got that good chunk of money that probably like one little family could survive for 1 year, because everything is expensive in this city. So that I was sent for a year. So the expense that I used for 1 year stay as a jazz musician to be a better jazz composer was probably good for a small one family. And it's so difficult feeling. It's so hard to explain, but I always felt that burden, like I have to be a better musician. Then I decided to do a project on this. So I interviewed survivors and the volunteers who worked for worked for the government and then a lot of organizations, and then I ended up I collected 12 people's interviews, and based on the real stories, I wrote pieces, compositions based on each story. So that the Kazemaru's piece, Let Me Talk About Dream, was one of those things. And next piece is actually one of the signature piece out of that project. And this piece is called 10 Years and Counting. That means, counting means, if you're not familiar with this expression, 10 years and counting, it's like, this is 10 years, and it's going to be a lot more than that. So, and this piece is talking about my own feeling. I was looking back the 10 years back about the earthquake experience there and how I grew myself. And I keep using the same melody over and over in a different format. And every time you hear it, it gets richer. And that was my hope, that my life was also getting richer. I mean, becoming a better person, better composer. And that is this piece. And this really important piece, I'm going to have this guy, longtime friend of mine, Brandon Lee, will be playing a solo, very long solo on this piece. And Brandon, I heard that you played for Obama in the White House.
I did.
Is this, yes? Yeah? So you're listening to someone who played for Obama. You feel like you're Obama now. So you feel like this is actually, the walls are white, so you can feel like you're in a White House. So anyway, so this piece is called 10 Years and Counting. I hope you like it. Okay, let's have this great person again on the stage, Ken Honda. All right. All right, thank you so much. So now Ken-san is back, so we will have the third theme of about the happy money.
Sure.
Yeah, during the intermission, I was asked by a lot of people that I should ask you how we can actually get the happy money coming to us. Yeah, that's the third theme. I guess we should talk. It's a topic.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So how to invite more happy money into your life is a favorite topic. How many of you want to invite more happy money into your life?
Yes.
Everybody, right? Yeah. So,
of course.
So before we talk about it, how come we never invited happy money into your life? Think about that. If money was a person, and who'd it be is the question I asked you. Think about it. Do you want terrible house guest in your house who's always yelling at you, messing around, and poking at you, and tell all the negative things about you? Never, right? So if you have a still negative image about money, it's hard for you to feel safe to have a strange house guest in your house. So before inviting happy money into your life, you have to change what you think of money. So just when you think of money, does it make you feel relaxed, or does it make you feel intense? So if you feel tense about money, that means if you invite money, you don't want to be more tense. So you have to change this mindset about money. That would be the first step. In order to do that, can you think of money more of a cute animal? So my second question is, if money was an animal or pet, what would it be? I've got all the great answers.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of seminars in Europe and Asia and other countries, right? So in Thailand, for some people, money is like an elephant.
Ah.
You have to watch out, otherwise the elephant stomps on you. Or you get you swam by nose. And for some people, money is a cat. You want to pet him or pet her, but when you need the most, she's not usually there. Taking a walk somewhere, right? Yeah, so cat is cute, but it's not. They're not helping you pay your bills.
Right. Yeah.
And for some people, money is a dog. Could be a puppy, but could be a German Shepherd or a Golden Retriever. What kind of animal would it be? So, if you want money to be like panda or cat, whatever that is, I think you feel more close to money. And then if money, you feel close to them, money can feel close to you.
I see. I don't think I was thinking of. I was thinking about it more like a tiger or like.
So for you,
Yeah.
Miggy, what is
Yes.
money?
Well,
If money was an animal.
It was like I have to say I was thinking it was more like tiger or something like
Tiger.
scary like, kind of thing. But, yeah, like if I make it more cuter, like I don't want the cat attitude from the money. But you say like it's something cute and something you want to invite to your place.
Yes.
Right.
So if you're a dog person, you can make it your whatever the dog you want to have. So once you feel closer to money, just remember all the fun memories you had from childhood. And also just last year or 2 years, for the past 2 years, can you think of something when you spend the money, well, that was right on the money, that was worth the money. How many of you feel, I did a good shopping? How many of you remember that? Good. So money can bring happiness. Money can do so many great things. And money can be such a beautiful gift. During the COVID time, I helped a lot of people with my personal basic income. So I have helped musicians and people who needed the money. So if the government doesn't do it, I would.
Wow.
So I personally helped some families survive, for that 2 years. And it was so fortunate because I have more than enough, and I'm not a billionaire, but at least I have more than enough to support few families beside my family. So if you have more than enough, you can do so many great things. So please start thinking many ways, creative ways, that your money can be happy money. So once you have these fun ideas about, if I had more money, I can do this and do that. So why don't I have more money? That is the key. And in order to invite more happy money into your life, you have to start knowing who you are and sharing who you are, because the world needs your gifts. And they want, the world they want you to share your gifts. For me, 20 years ago, it was writing. I never thought I could write. And for Miggy, like 20, 30 years ago, did you know you'd be a musician?
No. I was an editor-in-chief of a famous magazine in Japan.
Right?
Yeah, I was happy about that job. So,
And you're proud of it.
Yeah.
So if a fortune teller comes into your life and says, Miggy-san, you be a musician, become a tiger, and you have your own band, and all
New York?
all the guys are gonna just,
No.
bow to you. They'll be spelled. You know? And you probably laughed at them,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
here you are, after discovering your path that leads to New York,
Yeah.
and find your gift as a musician, as a composer, and also a great. I think of her as a magician
What?
because once she kind of swings,
Right.
like,
Everyone plays.
everyone kind of plays, right? So you never knew 20, 30 years ago.
No. Right.
But life path kind of takes you to New York. So I'm sure if you can take a look at your life, life can take you to many interesting turns, and I think you're experiencing ups and downs now. But if you have the trust that it's going to the right direction, even though you don't feel so safe and secure, but think about it. When you're in a Disneyland, do you want to be in a a small just course for a 3-year-old that doesn't have any ups and downs? Or do you want to go up and down? So as long as you're secure, you want to experience that, right? So next time, when you are afraid of something, say, I don't know if I can pay the bills, you try to go as you're in the roller coaster. I'm so scared. So when you raise both your arms, when you are worrying about your future or money, it's kind of interesting because it makes you laugh. So next time when you see a bill and you want to faint, you're like, I'm so scared. So let's do it again for fun, shall we? So just imagine, or even right now, you may be experiencing that, something that worries you, scares you, and I don't know, I should be taking direction to this way, but I'm so afraid. Think of one thing that scares you the most. Either your child leaving, or you're in the middle of a divorce, or you're going to start a business. Positive or negative, it scares you, right? And when you feel something scares you, just raise both your arms and say, I'm scared. Shall we do that? I'm scared. And this is fun, okay? So I'm scared and this is fun. Okay, so think of something that scares you the most right now in your life, and then go, I'm scared. I'm scared, and this is fun.
And this is fun is the important part, I guess.
Yeah. So next time when you see a bill coming in, you say, I'm scared, and this is fun.
I will do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is so stupid, I know. But I have taught this for more than 20 years.
Wow.
And then it works.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
and
I see it.
next time, just remember, Ken was joking about it, but this thing works.
Right.
So enjoy that.
Yeah, great. So shall we do the guided meditation now?
Sure.
Yeah. So we.
Should do the piano?
Yeah, I will play the piano. So guys, I think we will have the meditation thing. So if you want to join here, that's fine. But if it's 10 minutes, so you can be there. That's fine too. So just 10 minutes guided meditation, like 5 minutes and 5 minutes.
Yeah, either way is fine.
Either way is fine. So
Yeah.
I will play the piano. So while Ken is doing he's gonna talk on a microphone.
Right. So the first one, I'm going to go back to childhood and start healing your childhood pain. And the second part is I'm going to take you to a Japanese healing abundant goddess, and then go to the temple and receive gifts there. Okay. Okay, so let's relax and breathe in deep. It's going to be a fun, relaxing few minutes. You can go to sleep. My voice has a special vibration that seems to put people into sleep. So I give you a permission beforehand that you go to sleep. Okay, so we talked a lot about healing our childhood traumas, especially around money. So let's go back to your childhood when you're 7, 8, or 10, when you wanted to have something so badly, but your parents said no. Could be your father, could be your mother, and you remember the kitchen or living room. You know how it's like, and you may remember the smell of the kitchen. So what was that you wanted so badly and wanted to have on your birthday or your summer camps, or you wanted to learn how to play the piano or soccer or violin or ballet lessons? Just remember the shock, and your world is collapsing in front of you when they say no. That is no to the world. How shocking was that? And then feel the pain. And at the same time, look at your young parents and look at them how they feel. They're as shocked because they wanted to say yes to your request because they loved you. But they couldn't because of their financial situation or their emotional problem. They couldn't give you whatever you needed. So just look at the situation that your parents are in. They may be having trouble with their parents who are your grandparents. They're just young and immature. So can you see, at least for now, that they're as hurt as you were in the scene? They felt tremendous guilt about saying no, and also shame that they couldn't deliver what this lovely child wanted. So breathe in deep and see the situation. And then you see you crying or getting shocked in the scene. So hug her or hug him and take him or take her into your arm and say, I love you. Even though you didn't get what you wanted, it's all right. You'll get something else. And she or he may cry, but it's okay. Let him or let her cry. And also, just get your father or mother in your hug and just invite them. And also hug them because they're young, they're shocked as well. So hug all the family members. There may be your brother or sister, brothers or sisters in there. Hug your family and just ask for forgiveness. It was nobody's fault. It just happened because it had to. And now you can let go of your guilt or shame. It's because of you. You didn't do things right. That's why you got it like this. That's why you didn't get what you wanted. It's a punishment. No, it was not. It happened because there was not enough money in the family. And it's not a crime. It's not a sin. So forgive your parents and hug your young you and give all the love they need. And hug your family and just hug them into your heart, and this memory melts into your heart. So put your hands into your heart and then feel the warmth and love that your family had. You never seen it because you're so upset, but there is this love for you and your family. And also you may be able to find your love for your parents and the love that your parents had for you. So the next time when you want something, don't repeat the same pattern. It will be given effortlessly and with pleasure. So next time when you want to take a risk or when you want to have something, just be brave to ask for one. Usually people will give it to you. Okay, breathing deep. And I'm going to take you to the Japanese healing temple. You may lose your consciousness and then fall into sleep, which is okay. You will remember this in a deep way. Open your door in front of you and then take about 30 feet. Take a walk to the next door. And when you open the next door, you see a beautiful meadow. There's a uphill, and you start walking up the hill, and you see a beautiful Japanese temple. You've seen it in TV or a movie. It looks very old but clean. Walk up to the temple, and there's a gateway. There's a door. You open it, and there's a place so you can take off your shoes. And there may be slippers, so enjoy this Japanese culture. And there's a corridor, so walk up to the corridor, and there's a sliding door. So you slide the doors, and there she is, a beautiful abundance goddess in a beautiful kimono. Just say hello to her. She was expecting you. She knew you would come at this right moment. She welcomes you, and she seems so happy and generous and full of love. She knows you need more happy money into your life, more loving money, more generosity in your life. So you talk to the goddess, and she smiles and listens. Talk to her about your situation or problems. She says, I will take care of it. I will take care of them all. And then you feel so relieved. With her energy, you don't have to worry about your future anymore. So she says, whenever you're stuck, when you have problems, you can come back anytime. And she is going to give you a gift of a small box. This box has a special key to your life that opens a new door for you. You don't need to know what it is. It will appear in your life shortly. Could be a few days, could be a few months, could be a year. But when the time comes, you know what it is. So you thank the goddess. And look at her beautiful kimono, shining, beaming with orangey golden light. And she gives you all the blessings she has. Feel the energy and feel it in your heart. And thank the goddess. And go back to the sliding doors and then bow to the Japanese goddess. And then walk back to the corridor. Don't forget your shoes. A lot of people forget their shoes. Find your shoes and walk back, walk down the hill and open the door. And about 20-30 feet, there is another door to your body. So come back to your body, close the door, and then come back to New York. Breathe deep. You feel your hands. Can you feel your hands? Can you feel your arms? You can tap your thighs. And then slowly come back to the room. And you can still enjoy this beautiful energy from the temple. Slowly come back to the room. Breathing deep. And open your eyes. For many people, you may not remember anything, but it's okay. So a lot of people say, Ken, I only remember open your eyes part. What happened? Which is okay. Okay, so slowly come back, so you stretch. And then come back to the room. So did you like the goddess? Did you feel it? How many of you remember visiting the temple? How many of you completely forgot? Okay. All right. So what's interesting, I've done this for 20 years, and I'm hearing all the fun experiences after this. So just, I will give you my cards later after this. So just drop me a line or two, what happened after this. So I can even write a book on what happened after meeting Ken Honda. Actually, I'm collecting essays. I should start doing it in English too. It's been my 20th anniversary, so I'm collecting. Thank you. I'm collecting all the essays on how I impacted people's lives. So, okay, back to the music part. Thank you, Migi, for a beautiful piano.
So, Ken-san, it's unbelievable, but this will be the last thing that we will do. That this piece is the end of this amazing.
I don't want it to end.
I know. We don't want you to.
I don't want to do it overnight.
right. We will, like he said, like we were really hoping to do it in Japan and other countries too. Yeah, I hope it happens soon.
Yes, but Migi is a musician, so she knows how to do it. With her wand. She does that as her profession, right? So
yeah.
With a few swings to a wealthy people in Japan. Happy money, happy money, happy money.
Right. We pull out the money.
Yeah, if you do that 10 times,
okay, it's gonna happen.
Everybody can go to Japan.
Okay, great.
Okay, so please enjoy the music.
Thank you, Ken Honda. Thank you. Yeah, so the last part. So I have this one piece. I am not good at saying bye-bye. I'm so bad at that. So when the things are become into the last part, I feel like I don't really want to finish it. Like I feel that way. Then I needed to do something for myself. So I wrote this piece. This piece is called Beginning End. Beginning, I combined the two words, beginning and end. So I call it Beginning End. So meaning like you're ending something, finishing something, but it could be like he said, like it could be at the beginning of something big or something nicer or something amazing you can just predict right now. So yeah, so I want to play this for you and close this evening. Thank you again for coming, and I really hope to see you again. Thank you.
Amazing.
I will introduce the band again. All right, Pete McCann on guitar, Brandon Lee, Dan Urness, Alejandro Aviles, Sam Dillon, John Lowry, Jason Jackson here, Evan Gregor on bass, Tim Holler on drums. My name is Migiwa Miyajima. Thank you so much. And Ken-san, come to the stage. I want to introduce you again. Ken Honda. Wow. I will show you guys later. These are candies. This is my friend Candy.
Everybody can
Get one candy. So from heart. Look at this. With face on it. It's edible, edible, edible. Thank you, Candy-chan. Thank you so much. So yeah, if you want to get my face, let me know. Thank you, Candy-chan. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Wow, I didn't know about this. Thank you so much, Ken-san. Yay! Thank you so much. Thank you. All right.
So we're moving on to Q&A session? Yes. So this is very important. This is your chance to ask Migi and Ken-san your questions. After this Q&A session, you won't get a chance to ask questions. So make sure you utilize this time.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes. Okay. So let's give a hand to the band members before we leave again. So thank you so much. Woo, woo, woo. Thank you. All right. So Q&A session. Yeah.
You did all the work.
So Ken-san, so how do you do this usually? You just ask a question. If there's anyone has a question, just.
Sure. Since
Yeah. Do you have anything? So it's like we only have like a few minutes. If you don't raise your hand now. Okay, great. So
do we have a
yeah,
extra
I think microphone should be here. So do you want to come up to the stage and say it, or I can say it loud for you? Oh, you want to say it here? Great. So being in the light then. Hey.
So I had a great time with the Zoom sessions. You always do too, and I got the community as well. I know I asked one of this question before, but I do have to, I just remember something. On my spouse's side, his grandfather, they stole the money, and he got so heartbroken that he died in a heart attack within a week, right? And then the next generation, his son, which is my spouse's father, he was so poor, and he didn't have any money, right? And then my spouse went through poverty too, right? I want to change all that, right? So do I do the money wounds? Do I heal from that time period, from his father, his grandfather, his father, and then his father above that? Is that how I do it? And same thing for my parents?
Yes, actually, I do a lot in my retreat center. We have like a few day workshops, and we deal with this kind of thing a lot. Intergenerational blocks.
Yeah.
Because in North America, a lot of people have been influenced by the parents and the grandparents, and they go back to the Depression age, 1930s. So when the money was tight, your parents and grandparents were so worried about money.
Yeah.
So that worries is still so active in you.
Yeah.
So unless you keep healing you, your parents, your grandparents, this funny feeling inside.
It's still there.
Yeah, it's
Which
not,
is affecting me now. And I'll tell you
Yes.
what, I'm expecting a second child. I'm like the
Right.
average person
Uh-huh.
with all the student loan debt, with the credit cards. And I do believe that you can overcome that too, because I was listening to your seminars a lot too.
Yes.
So how do I not pass that on to my kids is another thing that I was trying to figure out. Could we
Yeah,
move
so
that forward?
it's almost like the bucket relay. You give it to me. Thank you, Daddy. I'm giving it to my kids. So like, thank you for all the shit from your parents. It smells like 1930s here. So instead, you can just I'm not gonna just give it to my kids. I'm gonna clean it, and then you pass it on to cleaner ones.
Okay.
So my daughter and we don't fight, but my daughter complains that, Daddy, you gave me all the shit. And then and I said, look what I got from my parents,
Yeah.
It's a lot less. So if you're complaining, can I give you my original ones that I received? That amount, it's a big dose, right?
Yeah.
So you can.
So I have to do the clearing for them.
You
the
have
money
to do the
wounds and everything.
clearing,
Okay,
and the
got it.
more you clean,
Yeah.
the less your child will be affected.
Okay.
So in my 20s, I made a vow to myself that one day when I have a child, I'll have less trauma for her and all the blessings for her. So money won't affect her.
Okay.
So far, I think I've done a good job.
Yeah.
She's not being affected by my traumas or my grandparents' trauma.
Okay.
So you can do it.
Okay.
So the most important thing is, can you free yourself from money stress? So once you're financially free, think about it, financially free and emotionally free. If you are free from the money stress, how can your kids get money stress from you? So the ideal situation is you'll be free, worry-free, emotionally free, and financially free. If you can achieve that kind of freedom, then your kids will have less pressure on money.
Okay.
So
it starts with me, the clearing out the money wounds. Okay.
Right. So the more you are in love with money, the money will support you, and then support your kids in the future. So it takes a long time, and then you cannot learn everything in 5 minutes.
Right.
It takes like a few years and decade. But I think a decade is a good investment.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people underestimate what 10 years can do. But they they think that if they're not doing anything in 3 years, it's nothing. I don't believe that. If you do that in 10 years, I think it's a great miracle. So don't
Thank
give
you.
up and keep going.
Thank you, I will. I'll keep you posted.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. And
Thank
you're
you
such
so
a
much.
great mother.
Yeah.
I wish
Yeah.
this was recorded and this.
This is, I guess. Yeah.
And so when you play to your child 15 years from now, just imagine what would she or he say? Mom, thank you so much. Or Mom, what have you done? Right. Right. So just
Cool.
just imagine what will your child say. Mom, I'm so proud of you. How's that?
Yeah. Great.
So another question, if anyone has one. Anyone? If you don't have one, okay. Yeah, you can come
So
here.
When
Yeah.
we say the last question, probably 10 people will raise their
yeah,
hands.
I know. So I know, but it will be like a.
It's interesting.
Can you come here to talk? Do you mind? Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What a wonderful, happy music, and that's a great session. I've been such a big fan of yours.
Thank you.
So it is an honor to see you. I'm a business owner, and so is my husband. And we don't talk about business together, but my hobby is my husband. He's everything for me. Would you please? But we are actually started to learning to grow the financial together and learning EQ, IQ that you talked about in the book. And then would you share how your experience to speak about money with your significant partner or the kids or the most importantly, 99% of the women here is that describe your wife and how you share about finance together.
So all the decisions we make, we do it together. So that way, she will not complain. If
She used to?
if I make mistakes. But as long as I include my wife in the decision-making process, we are in the boat together. So if you can talk about those decisions with your husband or wife, I think you're in the boat together. And the most important thing is don't hurry. If you hurry so much, usually it will go bad. I have seen it since I was like 4 or 5. I've seen so many people, right? So I have a half century of studies, and the people who hurried most, they end up losing everything, because when you hurry, you make bad decisions. So when your husband or your wife say, I don't feel good about it, don't. You feel your wife or your husband is dragging you down. He or she may be sensing something you don't see. So usually one spouse feels like, I want to be financially independent in 3 years. If I stay married with you, I don't think I can make it. Sorry, But those people usually end up losing a lot in the process. So don't hurry. Wealth is built on repetition of good business. If you don't serve people well, you cannot build a steady financial fortress. So, and I think you're a capable person, and capable person tend to hurry.
Everything is speed and energy.
Right, especially in New York. Right. Yeah, so the question I want to ask any New Yorker is, why are you in a hurry?
New York makes it like we have to hurry.
Right, but where? So I think it's a deep question. So I think, the path of financial freedom is full of fun memories, at least for me. Because in the 10 years of time in my 20s, I helped so many people achieve their success. That's why I got abundant. And after achieving my financial independence and study writing books, also I sold 8 million copies, right? So for book royalties only, I got more than $10 million. So the more I received, the more I gave. The more I gave, the more came. So if you do it with like giver's game, give more and receive more, give more and receive more, and then you will be flooded with money and appreciation. So you don't have to achieve financial independence in 3 years by doing what you don't like. So as long as you do what you love and keep going, the path is full of fun and a lot of laughter. So next time when you feel like you were rushing, like, where am I going? That is a question. It's a gift to you.
Do you talk with your wife all the time like that? Where are we going? Are we in a hurry?
Yes, all the time.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Thank you.
And especially in the West, people tend to think there's a goal, I have to go. So I've done a lot of research on happiness, and happiness comes in pursuing what you want, going after what you want, and at the same time, enjoying what you got. So you have to have two parts. If you just keep going for what you want, you're always a hunter. Yes. So you can achieve $1 million mark, and now I need $3 million. Now I need $10 million. I need a private jet. No, I need a bigger jet, I need 2 jets. So it's endless.
It is.
So unless you know how to satisfy yourself with $100,000, maybe $10,000, it's much easier. So satisfy yourself, and at the same time, just following your dreams is very important. But you have to have the balance. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. ありがとうございます。
Thank you so much. I think actually this should be the last question. So do you want to take one more, or I think we should go to this?
Why don't we take one more?
Oh, one more? Okay. You have one? Okay, cool.
I'll answer it short.
Okay, cool. But I think that we should report this. Can you grab this?
Yes, thank you. So
when you come from a spiritual perspective, you know, sometimes like you use certain biblical or Bible, let's say, as a point of reference, and they say like the love of money is the root of all evil. But here you've been indoctrinated with these kinds of thoughts of how you're supposed to respect money and how do you interpret money in spiritual terms where it's not the love of actual money, but the money being a means to an end. To be able to allow you to do more things for more people. How do you change the dynamic of thinking about the money? That love is like, you're not supposed to love money, but you need to have a healthy relationship with money. So how do you reconcile that?
I think love is not a precise word. I think attachment of money is more precise. So attachment of money does all the terrible things. But if you fall in love with money, you can do so many great things. So I think love money, happy money can do wonders for people. I have seen it personally. You know, the other day, actually a few years ago, I had the opportunity to meet somebody. You know, he wanted to meet me so badly, so he called my office so many times. So I said, okay. You know, I will meet up with you, and I shared with him about 30 minutes. And we had a fun conversation, and then he gave a big Japanese, cookies box, and then it's so heavy. And at the bottom of the sweets, there was this envelope, and there is a lot of money inside. Do you know how much there was? It's about $10,000 in cash. Whoa. It's like he's like a drug dealer, right? And then what am I supposed to do with this money? And then the next person came and she said she lost her job, and then she just found out that her husband got a cancer, and they're terrified about money. It's like, oh really? Here's a good thing. So enjoy this, and then give it to her. And so she was so surprised after she went home. But it was not my money. So, but that money can help the family in such a good way. So if you don't have attachment to money, miracles happen. And I have seen so many miracles and beautiful stories around happy money. So if you are in the beautiful cycle of happy money, I guess you will have no attachment of money, and you'll be such a free person.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So we should close this out. So thank you everyone for coming, and we will be signing that there's a table there, so we're coming there. And if you purchase the book or CD or something, we'll be there and then sign for you. And again, so this should be the start of something bigger. So. We will do it again.
Right. So
Yeah.
we'll do it in Tokyo or somewhere else.
Somewhere else.
Yes. Yeah. I'm getting active in China too. So I'm starting to speak in Chinese. So yeah.
I watched
for
it.
those of you,
Yeah.
ni hao, ni hao.
Wow.
So I love to go around the world, and
great.
Miggy is
Amazing.
such a beautiful. Did you enjoy the music?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So thank you so much for coming. I'm sure you come from many different parts of the world.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'll be there, and I'll
the
be
signing.
there for a while. I brought my name cards, so you can write to me, and
Whoa.
I put
Cool.
a happy money sticker, and I hope you got it. So as long as time allows, I'll be around. So I want to at least say hello.
Yeah. You know, one last thing. Let's give a hand for Cultural Lab here, this venue. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything.
guys.
Thank you. Thank you. So this venue is actually a non-profit organization helping artists so much. I was a resident artist here, and just so amazing. I can't put it in any words for it. It's just beyond the words. So I'm so happy that you came here, and please support this venue too. Yeah. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
you,
you.
Miggy.
Thank you, Ken-san. Yay.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That's it,
Great.
Michelle.
Yeah, let's go there. Yeah.
buildings. So yeah, it's a very short commute.